Hey guys, today I am going to fix a fitness test poster that was created for me by ChatGPT. So I had a fun idea the other day. I asked ChatGPT to make me a fitness test. Basically just something that I could use to kind of give myself like a benchmark as to how I'm doing fitness-wise. Like, am I okay? Am I like a spectacular athlete, or am I in just like the worst shape imaginable? I just wanted to know, So I went to my phone, asked ChatGPT, and it gave me just like a quick little, like a 5-step fit test, basically. Now I did ask for one specifically that I could do from home without needing any additional gym equipment, and that is what it gave me. So it gave me this list of 5 different fit tests, like mobility and flexibility ones, and strength and endurance ones, and let's see what else, like a balance one, and it was pretty cool. So it was just a quick little fit test. And then it asked me if I would like a printable version. And I had no idea ChatGPT could do a printable version of anything, because I didn't realize we could do 300 DPI in AI stuff. So I asked if it could do 300 DPI, and it's like, oh yeah, no problem. So I was like, yeah, sure. Print me off, or, send me a printable version of this test with some handy little graphic dudes, like as you see here. And send that over at ideally 8.5 by 11. At 300 DPI with maybe some color for fun. And it did that. So it initially sent me this poster, which right off the bat was pretty impressive. This is pretty impressive for just something created by AI. Now I realize it's gathering from a variety of different sources online, but still, the fact that it was just able to generate this in 2 minutes. That's impressive. That is pretty impressive. Now, I wouldn't say it's super, super high resolution. Now, I haven't printed it though, so I think it's more of like a decent, like this will print, but it won't look really crisp or sharp, and that's fine. I mean, for the average person who wants a printed version of a fitness test that they can just stick up on their wall, this is basically perfect. This is great. Like, who needs more than this? I mean, yeah, you might need one that doesn't tell you to keep your knees fat, for example, as it does right here, and one that has completed sentences and doesn't get cut off at the bottom, and a dead for improvement. I'm not sure what they're trying to say here. 10 seconds suggests dead for improvement. Regardless, it's ChatGPT maybe it's figuring this all out. This is still, we're early in AI, okay? It's gonna only get better from here, which is both great and terrifying. So so this is the first thing it made for me. This is the second and the third. So initially I saw this, I was like, this is great. Can we give this part here, the wall sit test? Be helpful if I had that on a proper color there. So can we give this like a proper header like we did with the other ones, and give it a number and stuff? So I thought that was rather important. Let's get my shapes here. There we go. And then so it would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and the text that it actually gave me had an additional number 5 one. So I wanted all of them to be on the poster, and I wanted the poster not to have this weird cutoff thing at the bottom. I thought that would be helpful. So after that, it was like, sure, I'll make you that. And then it made me this, which, by the way, completely different. I think I prefer this design, but I don't know why it just randomly made such a change. I didn't ask it to make a change. I was just like, hey, generate a new one with those fixes. So yeah, not super helpful, but I do appreciate this a bit more. So there we go. I'll delete that. So yeah, slightly nicer design. It's got some matching icons. I like how it has proper hierarchy. It's got, the metrics are all just kind of in nice little boxes. Like, this is definitely more printable than the other one. This is just fantastic. Like, the icons, they sort of match. That's clearly push-up. That's a sit-up. I'm not sure what's going on with her face there. That looks painful. I think she's twisting her neck a bit more than she should be. Yeah, that is a wall sit. That is not a step test. I think that's a wall sit test, but poorly done. And yeah, that is a flexibility test. So I was like, hey, that's great. But could you do all of this again, but using these ones? So they are slightly different. Like the sit and reach test was the first one. Here we have push-up test. Here we had push-up second, and then a wall sit, and then a one-leg stand test. So it was all a bit different. So none of them, not one of these, was able to actually match the text part that I essentially approved to make the printable poster out of. And then this third one completely changes it up. Like, we got jump rope, we got planks, we got a walk test, and we still have this flexibility reach test at the bottom, and it still doesn't have a metric. So I don't know what's that about. But also this dude here, he's got something going on with his hands and his shoes. It's just like a really hot summer day, and his hands have just melted into his shoes or something. That's what it looks like. Yeah, and this guy is. I'm pretty sure we don't do planks right like that, right? We do planks on our forearms, right? I think so. I don't do a lot of planks. They're hard. But yeah, and this guy, he needs a rope, because what is a jumping rope? He's not jumping rope. That is I think he's just, that's a, which one is that? Is that the step up test? Where is that one? It's not even on here. And it was in the text. So regardless, we need to make some changes. I don't know what this is supposed to be either. But yeah, as you can see, they are all great. They are all technically usable. None of them are perfect. So from a design standpoint, they're terrible. From the average consumer who just got this for free, they are fantastic. Like, remarkably fantastic. And that's what I want to redo today, essentially. I want to redo and make a fitness test poster that is usable and also matches the text that ChatGPT gave me initially, which was a fitness test that I actually preferred to all of these, although it's very close to these. And I think this is a good activity because it is a very real activity. For instance, I am quite sure that from now until, well, for the foreseeable future, this is something that designers are going to be doing a lot of. And I don't mean fitness tests. I mean redoing a lot of work created by AI, especially stuff where there is a lot of text. I know we'll be using Photoshop to fix images created without text, and we'll be redoing stuff that was created with text. At least for a while, until AI gets really, really good. But even then, I think I don't see it ever being so perfect. Like, a lot of things will require context inside the text, and a lot of things just won't make sense, even though it makes sense to the AI. I don't know if I'm explaining myself very well, but let's just move on. Point is, this is going to be something that we're probably going to have to get used to doing. Not that we aren't already used to doing this. To a point, a lot of my career has been like, hey, I have a logo, can you use this? And then me saying, no, I can't use a blurred 72 DPI logo that is a JPEG for your high resolution magazine ad. I can't do that. Oh, can you make me a new one? Of course I can make you a new one. I will do that now, because it's what I do. I've done that a lot. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. Point is, let's do this. And I think I'm going to keep this really super clean, maybe black and white. We might add some color. I'm not sure. But I want to keep this look. And I want to keep those little dudes in there. And this is like an off-white, isn't it? Why can't I drag that in there? I think this is an off-white. Yeah, so I kind of like the off-white. It's like something you would print up in a gym on like some old recycled paper. So I like that one. So this is the design we're going with, but the text we are going with is the initial text that ChatGPT gave me initially. So I just emailed this to myself, and I'm going to put it out here. And as you can see, there is quite a lot of text, and I'm just going to format it just a little bit so we can actually see what we are working with. There's a lot. The benchmarks are included. These ones, this version, the strictly text version that ChatGPT gave me, was definitely a little more concise and just generally better than the printable version it gave me. And that's probably just because, text or text chatting, textual information is more of its strength than generating an image with text, if you know what I mean. So basically just talking to ChatGPT. I hate saying GPT. GPT. It's easier. I forgot what I was saying. Just the text. Text is easier than it generating. I mean, it'll get better. So this is what we have for now. Nope. No, I don't want that. I don't want that eyeball. I want to... What should we do? I need to bring the rest of this text up somewhere else. Maybe I will just smush it all together and then we can see what we're working with. So we have our... Nope, don't move that. We have our 1... Bring that to 20. We have our 1, and we have our 2, and we have our 3. Oh, 3 is here. 3 is our wall sit test. And then we have our cardio and endurance, which would be number 4. And then where are we? We've got... Whoops. Don't want to delete stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't delete stuff. Then we have our 4, our core strength test. And that is our plank, which is honestly a great core strength test, because if you've ever tried doing a plank, and I mean most people have, but they are not easy. They are awful. I think I can do like 15, maybe 20 seconds on a plank, which is really, really bad, actually. Like, I need to work on it, which is why I'm making this fit test, or why I initially was like, hey, ChatGPT, help me. You're my only hope. Yeah. Okay, I need a second text box here. So let's take 1, 2, and 3, cut that. Bring that over there. Whoops. Bring that over there, copy it back here. Bam, put our text back there. Move that away, bring this back, label this number 5, and we've got a thing happening. Okay, and then our bonus, I don't want to call it a bonus, a single leg stand test. Now, I think that's just testing your balance, isn't it? It's not like a bonus activity, it's something for balance. So we're going to call this balance, bonus balance. Yeah, it's just a balance thing. So we're going to call that 6 instead of a bonus activity. And we will also give it 20. So we have 6 items on our fitness test that was made by ChatGPT. And I am really hoping that this exact test wasn't just straight ripped off of someone's website. Because I'm hoping it's like an amalgamation of a whole bunch of different things that ChatGPT has, discovered, and is giving me a bunch of random fit tests that I can do in a unique way that has never been collected before. Because otherwise, it's pretty bad if this is just, plagiarized verbatim from someone's website. We don't want that. If that's happening, I don't know. Let me know. I mean, at this point, there's a very good possibility, and I hope that's not what's happening. But, well, this isn't client work. This is just work for design. It's just design activities, and so hopefully this isn't going to harm anyone by doing this. All right, back to the work. So we've got our 1, 2, 3, and we got our 4, 5, 6. So we need to find a way to get all 6 of those on one page, which ChatGPT has not been able to do thus far, although we are using quite large text here. And we only have 5 here, and 1, 2, this is 3, and then 4. So yeah, we can probably fit an extra one on here. So moving all that text to the side, and we're going to go and put fitness test right at the top. So I'm going to grab a box and just go like that. Although I'm thinking maybe I should make my margins not quite so insane, because those are big. We could do 0.5 and see if that works. Hey, you should be linked. 0.5, there we go. Yeah, those don't have huge margins. Okay, that's probably good. Only because we are dealing with a lot of text. I don't think I can afford to do the small margins, even if it's going to look better. We can't do it. So I will do a 2-point stroke here, and I will take off that. And I will make it a dashed stroke. So, wow, it is super, super tiny in here. Or super, I don't know, super not. It's super close, I guess. So let's do the dashes. Let's do 3. Yep. That kind of works actually. 3 and 3. All right, what do we have here? It has tiny dots, doesn't it? Ooh, I like the dots better than the dashes. Yeah, I do like the dots. Do we know how to get the dots in here? I don't actually know. I haven't really played around a lot with the dashing and stuff. I don't know if you can do... Oh, I mean, there's so many different ways you can do things in Affinity Designer. It's kind of nuts. Oh, I should have probably mentioned that. I'm using Affinity Designer rather than Illustrator, rather than InDesign or Affinity Publisher, and rather than Photoshop. I just figured if I'm going to be recreating these little dudes, and it's only a 1-page, it's not a multiple pages kind of thing. So just a vector-based program makes a little bit more sense. So yeah, I think we can maybe deal with that. Unless I can figure out a really easy way to turn those into dots. I may have to Google this. But for now, we will just do our little line across the top. And then write fitness test. Fitness test. Fitness test. Fit. Finesse test. Oh, finesse test. This is a test of your finesse. Oh my god. I am also an AI, clearly. Fitness test. My god. Boy, oh boy. Let's do Bebas for starters. Because I love it. I wonder what font it used on here. I don't know what font that is, but it's pretty close. No, it's not really close. I don't know why I said that. It's pretty far away. Now let's do this at a grayish color. Maybe like a grayish blue. Yeah, because it's pretty. And we'll do that the same color, the grayish blue color. I don't know if you can hear the toddler screaming in the background. She is very loud. She's got her songs playing, and she's just literally hanging on to the play yard and jumping up and down and just going nuts. And it's like her favorite thing to do. She's got like the wicked muscles in her legs. It's crazy. She's very loud and very adorable, but she is happy right now, so that is good. All right, now. All right, I'm liking the spacing so far. Basically we're going off of this, and then we're gonna see what else we got. And unfortunately, and this might be the case only for now and not for the future, I don't know. But right now, this is obviously not a vector. If it were a vector, I could just copy paste and then directly edit everything, which would be so much easier because we will have to do this. In the future, editing AI stuff, that would be a lot better if we could do that. But we can't yet. This is what we got. So let's turn that text into Bebas as well. And we'll make the scoring separate from the actual textual area. Yeah. No, I want separate text box here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm also gonna have to get rid of all of this stuff, because it's not doing anything for me. I don't really like that. But I do like that it gives you instructions. That's great. Okay, let's see, move that. Get rid of the little spaces. What did they have there on this side? There was no reason for that, was there? Oh no, they had that's why. So it initially turned this text was what we had before, or what ChatGPT gave me before, and then it turned it into this stuff with the bullet points there. So that's why we have these little spaces here. Okay, I don't know if I like the text being that, but we'll see. Well, we might change the text. All right, and then the scoring here, reach past toes, excellent. Reach your toes, good. Can't reach toes, needs improvement. I'm happy to say I can reach slightly, and I do mean slightly past my toes. But like, how far do I need to reach to be excellent? Because I would like to be excellent in at least one of these areas. And I think it's only going to be flexibility. Because I'm flexible, but I don't have a lot of strength and endurance. Or that one. I tried that one. That went so badly. Oh man. I don't even want to talk about that one. It was bad. It was really bad. I need to work on that one and then share what I got. Yeah. Okay, let's put that in here. Okay, so yeah, I did fine, I'll share it. So I did the wall sit test where it's so easy. Like you just lean up against a wall, keep your knees parallel to the wall, or your thighs parallel, as it says here, to the floor, sorry. And then you hold it. And at no point do you think that is going to be a difficult thing to do. At no point. Like you see people do it and you're like, yeah, that's easy. I'm just standing on a wall and just like pretending to sit. Or not standing, leaning on a wall and pretending to like sit. But yeah, I didn't do 60 seconds. I didn't do 30 seconds. I did somewhat less than that. Yeah, I did somewhat less. I'm just going to take all that text and I'm going to bring it here. And then I'm going to take our benchmarks. Where are we? Where's my benchmark? Jumping jacks, recovery, heart rate, benchmarks. Okay. Bam, right there. And I'm going to move that over because we are going to run out of room if I don't do that. And paste that here. Oh yeah, so like on this one I got 15 seconds. I'm sorry. It was bad. Like at 10 seconds I thought I was going to die. And I was like, oh no, this is really bad, guys. Oh boy. Yeah. So yeah, you can see maybe why I'm trying to do this fitness thing, because it's important. It is really, really important. Just being fit, just being healthy overall, and being able to lean on a wall and pretend to sit. Yeah, that's important. And I am terrible at it. Okay, so now we've got... No, I don't have the formatting done. No, I've got some of the formatting done. But mostly I don't. Stand on one leg, eyes closed. That is also really hard. I'm not sure. Like standing on one leg is easy, but then as soon as you close your eyes, I don't know if you've done it, like the pose in yoga, what is it? Crane pose. I think it's crane pose. Doing that and then closing your eyes, it's a whole nother level of difficulty. It is, yeah, it's hard. And I've practiced that. But yeah, closing your eyes, because you lose your balance. Like your center of gravity, you can't see it. You can't see anything to keep yourself from falling over. So you just kind of fall over. All right, so where are we now? We've got all the information down on paper. We have a bit of room. I'm going to probably make this, yeah, it's 12. We can go... I mean, it's very text heavy, so I don't really want to go below 12 because this is a poster, not like a flyer, for example. But I don't know if I'm going to have the option because there is just a lot of text. But maybe I will change that into a different typeface. The question is, what typeface? Typeface? Did I say typeface? Typeface. Caladea. Caladea's nice, actually. Cambria. They're both very pretty. Calibri? Calibri. That one actually looks good. Okay. So we will do that. Okay, that makes things, I think, a little bit easier to use, or to make everything fit. So Calibri, and we were doing it at, that one was at 10, right? Yeah, that's at 10. Okay, we'll have to do some sort of, I don't know if I want bullet points here or something else. Yeah, generally those are different bullet points. Okay, sit and reach test, hamstrings and lower back. Sit on the floor with legs straight in front of you. Reach forward as far as possible, keeping knees flat. Measure how far you can reach past your toes, or how far short. How far short? What does how far short mean? I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, so I'm going to delete that. OAI, you silly thing. Let's bullet point that. Although this is kind of like a subheading. So maybe I should put that up with this. Yeah, that is definitely more of a subheading. We'll do a dash and then, what? That wasn't supposed to happen. Bebas. You're supposed to be bebas. Okay. Let's try it like that. Maybe no dash there, and just a little bit over. How does that look? Does that look good? That should be a bit bigger. Maybe we can make that 12. Yeah, that kind of works. But I don't like how that's not aligning with all of those. I don't like that. So, yeah, we're gonna have to fix that, but a little differently. And when I've figured out exactly what I want to do with this. So for now, I am just going to do the basic formatting, and we'll make that Bebas again. Bebas. That's at 10. No, I think we wanted this one at 12. Keep that 12 point, and then we have our wall sit test, leg strength and endurance. Well, that's okay. So here we have mobility and flexibility. We have what it's testing, and then we have what it is. Here we have what it's testing, what it is. Here we have what it is, what it's testing. So that's a little backwards. So maybe we don't need this at all. Maybe we should actually switch these up. Yeah, I'm wondering if we should switch those up entirely, just because it doesn't really make sense. Like, which do we want people to read first? What it is, or what is it actually testing? So we probably want to have this part first, which I think ChatGPT actually did on the second one here. I like having both bits of information, but saying exactly what the test is first, I think, is probably the way to go. So we'll bring that down and put this here. Yeah, okay, so that's going to be 20. That's right, I already did that. I got confused. That happens. Okay, and then make that... Yeah. Hamstrings and lower back, mobility and flexibility. Do we need all of that information? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's put it at 12. Sit and reach test, hamstrings and lower back, mobility and flexibility. So that's what it tests, I guess. And then we have what it is. Okay, so same here. I'm going to go push up test. Bring that here, push up test, make it 20. Yeah, bring it to 20. And then make all of this nice and small at 12. And then going to put that underneath here. And I guess comma, strength and endurance. Endurance. I like the word endurance. It's just like really tough sounding. Endurance. I might need those to be, yeah, I'm gonna need to have more space in there because I need to put the icon in there somewhere. I don't know where yet though. Okay, so now we got wall sit test, leg strength and endurance. Endurance. We don't need that in parentheses. We just need it to be tiny. And then you need to be Calibri. Calibri, and you need to be, was it 10? Yeah, we're doing it at 10. Okay, and then we bullet point it. Hold as long as you can. Lean against a wall, knees at 90 degrees. Thighs parallel to the floor. That makes sense, right? Yes, that makes sense. Do as many standard or modified please. I can't do a single standard push-up. I can do some modified, but it's pretty bad. I think when I was in high school, I could only do like one standard push-up, and then my gym teacher got mad at me and was like, just stop. So I don't know if that was the right way to go about that, but that's what happened regardless. And I was thankful for that. It's like, I don't have to do any more. That's great. I think it was actually just because my form was so wrong. I was probably like doing something so wrong I was going to injure myself. Very, very likely. Okay, so this is step test, and we will put that here. We will make that bebas, and we will make that 20. And this is going to be 12. And we'll bring heart and lung endurance. Lung endurance, guys. Is it called lung endurance or lung capacity? Pretty sure it's lung capacity. Not a doctor though, so I could be wrong. I may have to Google this. Step test, get rid of that. And we'll make this bullety. Bullety. Does it make sense? Step up and down on a low step for 3 minutes at a steady pace. After stopping, count your pulse for 1 full minute. I did do this actually. And once again, my pulse was not great. Although it wasn't in this area actually. So that's not bad. I think it was like 121. Oh, no, it wasn't here. It was 121. It was... Oh, I take that back. I was reading it wrong. So I'm in the needs improvement area. Awesome. Awesome. Or substitute with jumping jacks. I feel like jumping jacks would be a lot harder, right? Wouldn't that be way, way more work than just stepping up and down? How is that an accurate test? That doesn't seem right. Let's go with 10 and bullet it. Plank hold. Okay, that's the title. That's not what you do first. Plank hold. Core strength. This is bebas. Bebas, come back at 20. And this is supposed to be 12. Okay, and that's it. The instructions are hold a forearm plank with good form for as long as you can. Okay, those are the instructions. Cool. And then balance, our last one. We've got to make this calibri, and we have to make it smaller to 10, and we bullet it. Simple leg stand test. That needs to be up here. And get rid of that one. And balance would be 12. And this one will be at 20. There we go. Stand on one leg, eyes closed. Again, that's really cruel. Just stand on one leg, guys. Now close your eyes. Don't fall over. Yeah. Okay, so right off the bat, I haven't even done these ones yet. I need to do that. So I think the hierarchy is better than this one because this is kind of a mess. This one, again, this one's actually really good. I'm quite impressed with this one. This one's only a mess because it was ignoring my instructions. But yeah, this one, I'm pretty impressed with that one. So we are, I'm going to figure out a way to kind of grab these little people without having to completely redraw them. Again, if AI could just generate some vector people, although do we want AI to be able to do vectors? You know, we probably don't. Probably really don't. If we could just do it for the designers and not for anybody else, that would be great. Yeah. Although they'd probably be super, super like messy vectors, like just with 1,000 little like anchor points and all of the Illustrator. It'd probably be absolutely insane. I welcome it. Okay, 20. Let's bring that to, let's make that 20. Yeah. Actually, that probably shouldn't be the same size as the title. Or maybe I should make the title bigger. I'll make the title bigger. Problem solved. Bring it to 30. Oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, 30 is way better. This is more poster-like now. Yeah. 30. Plank hold. 30. Single leg stand test. 30. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, this is, those are different sizes. Those are both supposed to be 12. 12. Okay, so we are back at fixing this. So this is our metrics. Can you reach your toes? You're okay. Can't reach your toes. You're not okay, man. You're not okay. And I think I'm going to put that in a box again because I really liked how that looked. Just in a little box. In a dashed box? Well, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. It would make sense for consistency to have it in a box. Do we like it in a box? Kind of. Not like that. Not like that. Honestly, that's kind of feeling like there's just too much dashes in here. Like, I understand why they ChatGPT made that not dash because it just feels too dashy. Yeah, but that feels inconsistent is the problem. So I might change that, but I'll see if I can do the dots after. But let's move on with this. Calibri, and that was no, they're all at 12. Okay, so that's fine. But the benchmarks. Okay, so scoring, general benchmarks. I'm trying to figure out if they all need to be titled benchmarks or scoring. What did we do over here? It says scoring, benchmarks, or how did you do, and pulses by. Right, well, I'm not going to use that one, but I will use maybe scoring, or maybe just benchmark, because it's a fancy word. So let's just put benchmark. Benchmark. If you can reach past your toes, you're doing all right. Good job. Okay, benchmark. Big bass and big 20. Make it 20. Okay, and then we're gonna smush all this together. Smushy smush. Beautiful. Same with you. We're gonna smush all this together. I said smush. Smush. And then make that bebas. Baba. Where are you? Bebas. At 20. 20, thank you. And then next, recovery heart rate benchmark. I don't know if we need to reiterate that it's the recovery heart rate. I think we can probably just put benchmark, but maybe recovery heart rate in brackets. 1 minute pulse after stepping. I mean, that kind of tells us what it is. So we will just do that below, but I will put this benchmarks here, and then I will make that part of the heading under Babas, and yeah, that works. Okay, and then again we will smush this all together, or substitute with jumping jacks if you don't have a step. Again, I don't think that's like a good comparison. That's hard work. I mean, that's good calorie burning, but that's hard work. Benchmarks. and then smooshle it together. Smoosh, smoosh, and smoosh. 15 plus seconds each leg is what? Where's my benchmark? What does that mean? Do we have that one over here? Okay, stand on one leg, close eyes closed. Time how long you can hold it. 10, okay, so 15 plus seconds each leg is, shouldn't that be over here? Yeah. And then time how long you can hold. Maximum 30 seconds each side. And then if it's less than 10 seconds, suggest dead for improvement. Okay. So I think it says if I think it's threatening me, actually. Yeah. I think it is. Interesting. Suggest dead for improvement. No, it says suggests a need for improvement. So that's fair. I think, although I haven't done this one yet. We'll have to see how that one goes. So this 15 plus seconds each leg should probably be over here. 15 plus seconds each leg, because it's part of the instructions. It's not part of your benchmark. So we will bring that down to 10 and give it a period. These all have periods, I think so. Okay, so now we have our fitness test general layout without really any formatting, anything. Although I will make sure these are all aligned together beautifully, which they already were, so that's fine. And maybe just disperse them a bit differently. Although I want that to be in alignment with the top of that. So I'm going to have to bring that down a bit. And I need the square. I need the square. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about those. Yeah, I don't think those are going to fit perfectly in here, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to get that to work. Because the text needs to fit in here super nice, and it's not. So I think the answer is to keep the text, or make the boxes just longer, so everything fits. And then I'm going to have to, I think, bring the leading maybe out a bit more, so I can fit everything in here. Now I do not have room for my little icon dudes. So that's a bit of a problem. Where am I going to put my icons? I could put it like really tiny and above it maybe, or just doing some at the top. No, I really like having the icons that show exactly what to do. I mean, I think that's helpful. That's what all fitness tests should have. So fitness test posters, I should say. So I'm going to just copy. That's actually huge. Wow. Okay. Maybe that would print out perfectly. It's like enormous. Okay, I should print that out. But I don't want to because I'm out of ink. So yeah, that's a different issue though. Okay, so I want to maybe isolate these little dudes. I think I can probably do that instead. Convert. Oh, I can't convert it to picture frame because I'm not in Publisher. But I wanted the little dudes. Maybe I'll do it in Publisher. Or maybe I will bring it into Illustrator and then do the image trace and see what I can get with that. Well, there's an idea. Yeah, I could try that. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, let's try doing that then. All right, so I am now in Illustrator and I have the image pasted now. Let's bring that back out a little bit because that's too big. Make it nice and tiny there. And a bit more. Nope. Okay, let's try that again. Get rid of that. Paste. Shrink it while pressing Shift. There we go. Some of the programs require you to press Shift to constrain proportions. Some of them don't. I wish they would keep it consistent because it's driving me nuts. Okay, So now we are going to select that, go Object, Image Trace, and try to select it again. Object, Clipping Mask, nope, Image Trace, up here. Make and expand. All right, so that actually may have worked. So I'm going to select everything I do not want, which is just all the text. And I just want these cute little images. There we go. Sorry if you can hear the cars. The window was closed, but it's summer and it's really hot. Inside anyway, it's actually nice and cool outside, so I needed to open the window, and unfortunately the road is loud. So, sorry. Now let's see, can we grab the people? Let me grab the people. Ungroup. Let me grab the people. Let me grab the people individually. Thank you. Okay, so we got dude. Then we've got... No, we just want the dude. We want other dude here. Good. No, we want him here. Okay. Then we want a lady here. And this guy's leg there. Okay, lady here. And cut that and paste that here. And then we got our two dudes left. We got copy that, paste that. And last guy and paste. Okay. All right, so now we have all of our people, individuals. Why does this guy have so much like stuff around him? Oh, he's got the bottom of the page there. Okay. Group that. Nope, we don't want whatever that is, so ungroup that. Delete, group together, group, group, and group. So now we can bring all of these into Designer. All right, now let's just paste everything and see how that goes. All right, so we got our stuff here, our people. And, oh, and they're all, oh no, that guy's head came off. Oh, we can't have that. Okay, let's just, okay, his head's back. What is that? I don't know what that is. Let's regroup everything because it does not seem to be wanting to hold the groups that I had them in before. And we got our last dude here. Okay. Now, the problem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, but we have 6 of these. So we'll probably use that one for the step test because that is the step test one. And then there's a 6th one we're going to have to figure out. So we've got, what do we got? We have sit and reach test. That's, wait a minute. That's okay. So that's the last one here. So that's that guy. We'll just put him here. Push-up test is dude doing push-ups. Wall sit is her because she has really good posture there. Step test we do not have. Plank hold is none of these. And single leg stand test is none of them. It's none of them. Again, it's not that, and it's not doing sit-ups. So, well, that was kind of a waste of those ones. All right. Well, what about these ones? We've got, what do we have? We have the step test, which I think could be that one. Okay, we can use that for the step test. Plank hold is not that one at all, so we'll have to modify that one. And then single leg stand test is none of them again. I could just chop this guy's leg off there, and then we would have it though. So I may have to do that, or maybe do the jump rope one. I don't know. Be super better if it was able to generate the proper ones that I asked for, but this is where we are. Not having that. What if I just stick these guys just kind of everywhere? That would be fun. Yeah, maybe not. All right, so I did some Googling and I think I know finally how to get that dashed line, where are we, over here, to be dots. So I'm going to put 0, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0. And we've got dots. Hey, dots. Sweet. How that works, I don't actually know, but that's what the Google told me to do. So I'm going to trust in the Google. I'll make that one 0 to 0, 0, 0, 0 as well. Cool. All right, I like that. I like how that looks. All right, so next thing I want to do is get the other little icon people there. So I'm going to select this, or copy that rather, and I'm going to bring that into Illustrator to do the same thing we did before. So I've got all my dudes in here. I'm going to zoom out, paste it. It really goes crazy big. Press Shift so I can constrain proportions. Make it tiny. See, this one's a bit different, isn't it? Because this one has the background color. It's interesting that ChatGPT would actually give me something with a background color, even if it is this like very, very, very light white. It's still not a perfect white, so your printer would still have to print that, right? Like it wouldn't register that as perfect white. So that would be an extra ink issue. Right. Oh wait, what do we do? What did I do before to make this work? It's image trace, but I need to maybe double click it and then go object, make an expand. There we go. And then just get rid of all of the things. And then I've got my people. My weird little faceless people doing their weird little tests. Except this dude. I think we can probably leave him out for the reasons that he is morphed into his shoe. I will group him though anyway. I'm just going to group these guys. Group and group. All right, there we go. And what just... pardon what? Okay, so I've got that here. Is that masking something? I'm pretty sure that's masking. Yeah, okay, that was a random mask. Let's get rid of that. And we will just copy and paste that into our Affinity document. And let's paste it right there. Oh, it's so tiny. Okay, bring it back up. Not having to press Shift. That's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, and then ungroup all of those and then regroup them individually. Are we missing one? No, that guy was... Wait a minute. Was that all I had? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? I got that dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's just that dude. Okay, I thought it was on there before, but nope, he's new. He is brand new. What's over here? There's like something else being shown. Okay. So we've got our people. So I don't actually need that guy because that's the same dude and that one's worse. Okay, so we've got sit and reach is here, push-up test is here, wall sit test is here, step test. That's pretty much that guy. So let's make him a little bit bigger here so they're all the same size. Step test, and then I'm going to turn that off. Plank hold. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Why? What? Why? Why is that happening? Let's see if I can bring it up. What is going on? Oh, it's just the white. Okay. Okay, the blackness of that is somewhere else entirely. Okay, let's just delete that. Okay, that was the plank hold. So we'll see if I can bring these other guys. Single leg stand test. Oh yeah, I think I'm gonna have to like modify that because I don't have plank hold. We're not using that guy, and yeah, I can't really use, or is that single leg? No, single leg stand test generally is stand on one leg. What is she then? What is she for? She would be for the, oh, that'd be step test. Okay, but he's also step test. Right, well he looks like he's stepping. She doesn't look like she's doing much. Other than walking. which is not a test, but that was a test over here, right? Walk test. Yeah, see, it works for walk test, but we're not doing walk tests. We're doing these ones. So I'm gonna use this guy for plank hold and just do something weird with his arms. Yeah. I'm not sure how that's gonna go, but let's just duplicate him down there. And single leg stand test, I'm gonna use that guy so she can go away over here. Yeah, okay, so now for, I'm actually gonna take off those margins because the blue is bothering me. Okay, now we have our essentially our, draft kind of design. This is when we've got everything on the page, and now we need to modify everything. So right off the bat, I don't like how the letting on these, how kind of loose they are. So, but also this line here and this line is way too tight. So I'm going to bring that or increase the letting on that a bit to 16. And then here I'm going to bring it down to 3. Yeah, okay. And I'm probably going to need enough space in there actually. So again, this was just this one, 16, and that does not really matter there, but we'll bring that down to, what was it, 3? 3? Yeah. Well, that didn't work. What happened there? No? Why is it doing that? Okay. Let's just do the top line at 3. Yeah, okay. But also that's by itself. So let's bring this down to the next line. And here we will go bring that up to 16 again. And these ones down to 3. There we go. I'm going to leave that space in between here. This one again. 16, and these ones. Whoops. Bring that down to 3, and this one down to 3 as well. All right, beautiful. And I need to move lady's feet out of the way so I can see what's happening here. Step up and down on a low step. And bring that to the next line. And here we're doing that at 32. What have I done? 16. 16, please. And you. 3. And now dude's in the way again. Dude, move. And this at 16. And dude in the way. And these ones at 3 as well. Perfect. Okay. Probably gonna have to bump that in a bit, but we'll see if we do that later. I think I'm gonna need to add some sort of a color to this. It's great that it is printable in black and white, because then you don't have to use your color ink on your printer, which is wonderful, but it's also kind of boring looking. So I might add some fit colors, like I don't know, I'd add yellow. Yellow, I always see yellow and black as like a really good fitness combination color, but that's not gonna, like, there's nowhere here I can add a lot of yellow into, because it's just gonna become non-readable whatsoever. Or non-legible, illegible, that's the word, see? The illegibleness. Let's undo that. So maybe I'll go for like a blue, because blue's nice. Maybe I'll get rid of that for now. Yeah, that kind of opens it up a bit. Oh, and I also want to have this as the color of this. So these icons, they aren't perfectly black, are they? Let's see, that looks like a nice dark gray. Why am my color thing was on my other monitor? Yeah, so that's like a nice gray color. So that color works for me. So I'm going to take the color of that, select same fill color, and make all of that color. Same with that one. I think I've already done that. We'll do the same with this. So I'm getting rid of that bluish color. And I think everything is now that same color, except maybe the new icons, because they are from a different thing entirely. 231F20. Is that the color we're going with? Let me double click it. Yep, that's all right. Okay, so we're good then. All right, so now for the design of it. I like the spacing between all of these, although we are using a pretty long piece of paper here, so we can really stretch these out. Like I have nothing else to put at the bottom here aside from icons, but I'm not just going to have a random icon in there. So I think we can open this up a little bit. Yeah. But I want the spacing between all of those to be equal. So is it equal? Let's do the quick little take a rectangle test. Get rid of the stroke on that and just see if everything is, well, that's not even slightly the same. Okay, good to know. Still not the same. Yikes, okay. I'm wondering if I should, no, I don't want to make each one of these like its own little area, because I mean, there's pros and cons to doing it that way. So right in here, we've got two little spaces of 10, and in here, now we have two little spaces of 10. In here, we have two little spaces of 12. How does that fit? Nope. Why is that not fitting? I said 10. No, that's not working. Okay. Very strange. Why is it not? That one fits. That one fits. That one fits. That one does not fit. Do we have 2 of 10 here? No. Put... Doing 2 spaces at 10 point font size is what I'm trying to do here, but it's still not working really well. So I may just have to manually adjust the leading. But let's go back up to here where it is inconsistent. Although it's still going to leave quite a bit of a space at the bottom. So I may want to open it up even bigger than that. Yeah, I might want to do that. Okay, so what if I just select this space and make it like 14. That did nothing? That's doing nothing for me. Okay, well then never mind. We'll just do a space then again. So we have 3 spaces in there of 10. I wonder if I can copy that. Oh boy. This isn't really working, is it? I should maybe just, oops. Maybe just delete those and make them their own little area of things. I'm gonna see if that's consistent though. Sorry, this is like the most boring part of design, just making sure everything fits together the way it's supposed to. And when it doesn't, and you can't figure out why it's not fitting properly, you just manually do it so it doesn't drive you insane anymore. See, that's not perfect. Make it perfect. Perfect, there we go. And down, right to the bottom of that. This might be better, because that's going to reach the bottom of the page nicely. Oh, there's a ghost in there. Hello, ghost. Ghost person. And bring that down, and that's perfect. That's a perfect fit. Okay, so we can get rid of our weird little box here. What am I selected here? Oh, okay, the dude's there. Okay, so how's our spacing? Our spacing here is quite nice, actually. I really like the spacing. That is a good spaced thing of hunk of chunk of text here. Chunk of text. There we go. Okay. So the only big issue here, I suppose, is these. So they have to align with these, but they have to. Actually, why did I make the text so big here? So if we have 10 point here, these should also be 10 point font. There's no reason why they should be bigger than the normal body copy size. So let's go in and make these all 10 point as well. Substitute with jumping jacks. Like I would do that. I would not. It's too much work. Jumping jacks are too much work. Okay, there we go. But that's bothering me. So let's jump that onto that. Okay, so our benchmarks are looking a little bit better now. But what about the design of the whole thing as a whole? What if I get rid of, nope, just the boxes. Just the boxes, please. Open it up a lot more. It looks good. It definitely needs imagery when it's going to be like that. But what if instead I bring this down to here and we make each exercise in a box? So rather than just the metrics or the benchmark in a box and everything else free, we just put each little fitness test in its own little box. That could work as long as they are going to be like that. Well, never mind then. Okay, so we're not going to keep the boxes a consistent size. We are just going to keep them consistent in regards to how everything fits. We have to keep the spacing between them consistent as well. That is important. But the boxes themselves can be big or small. Okay, like that. And this benchmark is a bit big. We may actually have to, I wonder if I can stretch that out. Just get rid of if you don't have a step part, because that's not needed. Or substitute with jumping jacks if that's what you want to do. The plank hold is pretty quick, and that works. Okay, now, I like that. It's more self-contained, so it's like pick a fit test and do it, rather than do it all in order. Well, I'm going to select all of these, and I'm going to hope this kind of works where like that. Okay, so now there is equal space between all of them, even though they are different heights. That is perfect. Now, see, there's a little bit more room up there than there is down here. So I think I need to make that like that. I need to make that like that and that like that. I'm so descriptive when I do these videos. Wow, it's amazing. It's because I forget all of the words I have in my vocabulary when I'm doing videos, and I'm just like saying just basic stuff that doesn't make any sense, and it's not helpful. I know, I'm sorry. We got a tiny little vectored item over there. And these are all sort of self-contained little things here. So those should probably just be sitting in alignment with the top of each test. That one isn't. Or should they be centered? Ooh, good question. Should they be centered? They should maybe be centered? I don't know. Depends how they look. So let's grab these again. And just make sure they are even again. Okay, gonna make sure I save that. Save all the time. Maybe I'll make fitness test here a little bit bigger. No, that's too big. Let's go like 80 or maybe 85. Yeah, 85 is good. Let's now try to incorporate some color. So let's do a blue color. That's too light. Let's do with a blue with like a slight hint of green, like a turquoise, like a super fun turquoise. That's a super fun turquoise. That's what that is. That's that color. That's the official name for that color, is called super fun turquoise. I've just decided this. Let's make it so all of the test titles are also blue, super fun blue, or whatever I just called it, super fun turquoise. Okay, so how does this look from a distance? Not bad. How does it look compared to these? It's better. It's definitely better. Yeah, and it's on white, so it's actually printable. Although if I'm going to print it at home, then no, I'm actually going to keep it on white still. It'd be cool to have it like on a really glossy black, but then I'd need to actually go and get it like specialty printed, and that sounds expensive. Oh, but with foils, think of how pretty it would be on black with foils. Ooh, that'd be great. Oh man. Yeah, I love print and paper and all the really cool things you can do with like embossing and foil prints, and oh man, they're very cool. So now I want to figure out how to incorporate the dudes, the people here. How do I put them onto the poster in a way that lets people who are reading this know exactly what they're supposed to do for each test? I wonder if I should make these, give them like a corner, a roundy corner. Oh, I like roundy corner. Ooh, yeah, let's do roundy corners. Let's do like a 10% roundy corner. That's beautiful. It's so pretty. It's so pretty I could cry. It's beautiful. I love it. Let's bring that to 10. Okay, I could probably just select all of these, right? No? Lame. What if I just copy? Nope. Sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to type in 10 then to speed things up. And then corner rounded and 10. Corner rounded and 10. Or should we get really crazy and do one of those crazy corners like concave? Ooh, it's a bit too like old world Victorian hotel. No, straight. That actually works. But I'm kind of attached to the rounded corner already. Sorry. I am emotionally attached to it. Okay, I'm going to save again. And, all right, the people. I must get the people working. People. Okay, maybe I will bring this back to, it's 72. So I can put a people up here. And I'm going to take out the middle of people. So I can stick him right on top. Yeah. Does that work? How about I make him tinier? Yeah, I think making him tinier might actually work. Okay, so that's sit and reach test. Or should I put it right here? Oh, I mean, that would work. Not if I make it too big, though. So I can have him right here. Okay, sit and reach test has its picture. Next is push-up test, which I need to make them smaller, too, because I want the people to generally be the same size. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that works, I guess. Or should I move him over? And then I'll have to move the benchmark over. Ugh, no, I hate it. I hate it so much. No, go back. Okay, then wall sit test is here. She can be there, though. Because it works. She's doing it against a wall. She's doing her wall sit test right against the wall. So I think that works. I will have her feet just over the dots as well as her face there. And well, we've got step. Oh, this is step dude. He's a bit tall. How is he size wise? Make him a bit smaller, maybe. Yeah, he fits right in there. Okay. And then plank hold is gonna be this guy, but bigger than that. And I've got to switch him to his forearms here so he's not on those, because that is not a plank. It's not a plank. Okay, let's see. White. Is that white? Does that look white? That is white. My eyes are not registering that as white. Okay, that's definitely white though. All right, weird. So let's bring him over here, bring him to the top, and bring him down there, and see if we can modify him to make him doing a plank. Yeah. Okay, this could be interesting. So let's go in and ungroup him. And he's all one shape. Okay, what? This is weird, actually. Okay, I want to just select the dude. What am I selecting here? Okay, what is happening? Oh, I'm over here. I'm selecting There's nothing there. Okay, delete that. Selecting that guy, and I'm gonna press no. Okay, that got weird. I just want to be able to move his arms. What? Okay, this is getting weird. Okay, select again. Oh boy, I probably should have been doing this in Illustrator, but we're not. So let's just, okay, there are my anchor points. I'm going to delete most of him. Yeah, I'm take away that head. We'll keep the arm. What is that? What is this? Oh boy. I mean, I'd say this is an AI problem. Like, oh, ChatGPT generated this really weird shape for me, and then I did stuff with it. But like, this is an image trace problem. This is not an AI specific thing. It's it's because I used image trace. And image trace just kind of does this, which is fair because it's turning something that is not a vector into a vector. So yeah, it's understandable. Okay, he has no elbow. What is this? What is this? I think I need to have a pivot point on his arm here. At least I've got the right shape. Can I like liquefy that? I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do this is, and I think it's to create another arm and delete some of the anchor points off of that one. Oh my god. No, okay, let's try dividing that and then deleting some of this. Now, why is that not working? Okay, let's just bring this in then. What am I trying to get? This is really not working. Divide. It doesn't feel like it's dividing properly. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Okay. So this is the arm. We want the elbow to be roughly like here-ish. So that's the point where I want to make it bend. So I need to just like select these and rotate them. Okay, I know there is a way to be able to rotate vector points. What is it though? Okay, perform construction snapping. This is all quite advanced. I would prefer to just copy and paste it because that's way easier. But there has to be a way to rotate like just that part of the arm. There must be, and I know it has to be done. They may have to Google this to get his forearm being all planky. So how about instead, why do I keep grabbing that? That's so annoying. Okay. I just want to see what I'm doing and not having to work on the main poster. What if I just divide that? Because then everything should be cut along where that line was. Okay. So now we have that part of the, now that I'm noticing, that's an arm? Why is that supposed to be his thumb? Right there? That was his hand, and that's, okay. Let's delete this weird thumb growth that he's got coming out of there. And just fix his arm. Aw, now I'm a surgeon. That's amazing. I fixed him. But I didn't fix it on this one, and I'm using that one. Ah! Why did I not do that? Come on. I have to perform surgery again. My goodness, it's just surgery all day, just back to back. There we go. There you go. You are welcome. It doesn't have to be perfect because that's the style of this icon illustration thing. Okay, so now his arm here, and I'm going to just draw another shape like so. And divide, but this time we're getting rid of that part. So, have I copied him? Yeah, he's copied up there. So now I'm gonna get rid of his arm by doing the same thing. I'm just gonna chop it off. right there. And hope, no, that's not working. Okay, why is that not working? So this shape is problematic, is my guess. Because it's not, oh, I can do that. Interesting. It's not really letting me, that worked, okay. So I just had to mess around with the shape a bit. Cool, okay, we've got the arm off. Good, we have the arm off. Now I'm going to put that like that. No, I need all that to be grouped, not the weird thumb thing, just this thing that looks like a foot that is in fact an arm. Okay, but that is a forearm, so that needs to be level like that. And we're gonna, yeah, like that. Okay, that's his shoulder. Beautiful. And yeah, we can have that little cross thing there, just like a real arm. Yeah, okay. This is not the worst thing in the world. Sorry, my microphone just fell on me. Yeesh. Okay. Thanks, microphone. It's precariously perched on my my keyboard right now because I have a very small desk, and that is the only place I can actually set it up. So it just falls off whenever it wants to. Okay, so now I just need to give him an elbow, which should be pretty straightforward because it's just that. Yeah, okay. Now I just need to make the color the same and maybe another anchor point on there so I can make it a bit more logical and not quite as thick as that. 1.5 works. And then maybe I'll bring it all the way up to here and down this way. What kind of an elbow is that? And then a little bit like that and up. Okay. Totally an elbow. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. So what would you say is the main problem here? I think it's that his shoulder is down where his shoulder should not be. His shoulder's here. What am I doing? I'm adding a second shoulder. Okay, maybe we just need to select this part. It was at this point, I should mention, that I cannot draw well, I can draw a bit, but I can certainly not draw people. People has not been something I have ever been able to draw. And that includes in art class and like in high school. And I can't draw people very well. Which I think is kind of fair because people are hard to draw. They really are, because we are so used to seeing people like a certain way that like we can identify if something is a people, essentially. And that's why AI can give like such an uncanny valley kind of look to it, just because we know, like, people know what people look like. We know what human eyes look like. We know what people are supposed to look like. And when there is people on screen and they don't look like they're moving naturally, like, we can really detect that. It's interesting. But that just makes it harder for me to draw people. So I think I might just go with what we have, because that looks like a plank, right? Yeah, no, that's he's just got like really impressive forearms, guys. That's it. He's just, yeah. Okay, plank. His arms are enormous. Oh my goodness. Well, that looks like it was 100% created by AI. So that's something. Yeah. Okay, maybe I can stick him right in the middle here. But what if I bring that down? Oh, I'm messing this up for myself here, aren't I? What is this, at 12? So that should be also at 12. And I'll have to bring that back to where it was before. But now I should, whoops, now I should be able to put him in here. Maybe not quite that big. We don't need his arms to be that big. Okay, right there. And then single leg stand test I can maybe put over here. So now I'm just going to double check that I have, once again, enough space between all of these. And of course I do not, because I messed it up. No, okay, we'll do manual letting here, like that. How's that work? Does that look good? No, we just messed it all up, didn't we? Yeah, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go back, because that is not worth what we just did. Okay. Just make him smaller. And nope, I didn't go back far enough. There we go. Okay. So we can put him, I could probably still put him here, actually. Although he's gonna have to be a bit smaller. And oh, right, I'm gonna need to fill that in so he can be over top of the white things here, because I don't have a solid white color underneath that. There we go. Let's just do I need to do the whole thing? Yeah, I should probably do the whole thing. So I'll just trace out, move that one over, trace out his enormous weird forearm and everything, and then I will just make that white and plop that right there. Okay, and then I will group that with him. Yep, that works. Totally works. All right, so the last one is single leg stand test, which I was going to use that one, right? I think. Oh, do I have to do the same thing again, or can I just cut off his leg? I mean, that's a single leg stand test, right? No, yeah, we're not going to do like tree pose in yoga. We'll just move the leg so it's a bit different. So I'll go like that. And I should probably ungroup that and then fill. No, we'll divide then. And then we can use that line to divide again. So I've got my separate leg here. So I should just be able to rotate that. Yeah, okay, that's a little bit easier, aside from the weirdness on his knee. That looks like a knee though, sort of. And can I get that over top? And then I just want it to align perfectly there, which it is not, but if I am more careful, maybe it could be. What is that? Oh, this is a weird bunch of lines here. Okay, let's get rid of this one. We'll bring that back over to here. Not bad, but I need to get rid of this sharp point too. Okay, yeah, that works. His leg looks a little broken. Oh no. The knee is here. What am I doing? The knee was in a completely different area. Oh no. Oh my god. Okay, I think we'll try that again. And we'll just simply not make him break his knee for that. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll try that again. So I think maybe I will just actually redraw it because it's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just redraw from there. Okay, I'm gonna cut off the bottom part of dude. And again, that is getting in the way. And let's just divide that. Now it kind of looks like an X-ray. That's good, because he did break his foot after all, so he needs that X-ray. Okay, so we have this. Yeah. I wonder if I could just like tilt. I probably could just tilt that. Or maybe erase that even more. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's get rid of that whole inside part and that. And yeah, sure, get rid of that. And this bit here. Is that going to be any better? Yeah, I hope so. Okay, so let's just bring it back like here. So it's a bit higher. And then we'll do the same kind of weird little dip there that is happening in the shoe. And then I guess that should probably be slightly curved. Does that look like a leg? Yeah, a little bit. Sure. Yeah, why not? That's a leg. And then we'll make that just slightly thicker, maybe like a 1.5? Yeah, 2 actually works. Let's make it a 2. And is that the same color? Yeah, it's the same color. Yep, okay, it's just slightly sharper. And make sure that aligns perfectly with that, about right there. Okay, that works. At a distance, yeah, that definitely works. And then we just need his shoe in here. So I will probably just copy that. No, not that. That can just attach to that. Nope. Let's click that and go like right there. And actually, we probably don't need that. We'll just keep it as is. And then we'll copy the shoe. Now, can I go like that? Why is that not working? Okay, just copy that. Just the little shoe part. That's annoying. Not sure why that's not working. So let's just draw a brand new shoe. With the stroke is way too big though. We need that way smaller, like that. And I undid all of that. Great. Okay, smaller stroke. Okay, we got the smaller stroke. And the little weird heel. Now, if I were doing this for like an actual client project, I would probably be making all of these icons from scratch in a very like specific look that looked a bit more representational of the people and the exercises. But we're not doing that. We are just trying to make this a bit more presentable as a fitness test poster. And that is the extent of it. Okay, I just want to grab the shoe. There we go. And then I'm going to reverse that so we don't have a stroke, we just have a fill. And yeah, I'm just going to kind of put that underneath on a bit more of an angle like that. And just taper up this part here. And I'm going to have to fix that part. But how does that work otherwise? Does it look super weird or does it kind of work? Yeah, it kind of works. Yep, that'll do, honestly. And then we should probably, I'm gonna put another anchor point here, just to drag it up here. Just so it matches the other weird foot. Okay, so we're gonna call that done. Done enough. And then we will stick this on our little poster somewhere. Now he needs to be a lot tinier. Yeah, right about. And I'll put him somewhere he doesn't overlap. Where should he go? I'll put him right here. So the other guy is just like choking him. Yeah. How about I can actually put him right here and then I'll just bring this on to the next line. Here we go. Like so. Then I don't have to worry about the fact that that's doesn't have a fill on it or a solid color, and it's just like that. Okay, so this is looking better. Although I think we need to have benchmark a little more centered. Well, why don't we check and make sure everything is exactly where it needs to be alignment wise. That could go up a smidge. That could go up a smidge as well. A smidge is like a pixel or two, I'm guessing. Yeah, that's what a smidge is. And what about this one? My microphone fell on me again. I really gotta figure out how to get this so it's a bit more stable. It's pretty bad that it just keeps falling on me. Oh well. Maybe one day I'll get like a proper boom stand or something so I can put my microphone on it rather than just leaving it on my keyboard. Okay. So, how are we looking? Is this doing good? All right, so I think I am pretty much done, I think, except that needs a period? I mean, is that a sentence? These aren't really sentences. So maybe I don't need it? I don't know. Maybe not. Grammatical errors aside, I think it's done. Although I do want to maybe move these in a bit, like that. Not really. I kind of like how it is, because the title itself, aside from the number, doesn't really line up with that anyway. So I might just leave it as it is because it's not really bothering me anymore. So I think we're good with that. What about up here? Now I want to check the margins to see. Okay, so we could probably move that to the top, and then the toppy top. And then, I mean, I could have more room if I need to, but this is all pretty, I mean, it's well spaced out, I think. So I don't really need to do that. So why don't we move fitness test back there? Now I can make this a bit bigger again. So why don't we bring that to 80? There we go. And I will get rid of my margins again. So that works. And what if I made it enormous? Yeah, that kind of works, but that might actually be too big. I can make it a bit bigger though, like that. Yeah, fitness test. It's kind of a generic title, but that is, you know, what this is. I don't know if you can hear, there's a motorcycle outside. It's very loud. Fitness test. I feel like I should put like created by ChatGPT and me. Oh, that's a movie. That's a movie title. ChatGPT and me, right there. Yep. Okay. Should I make this guy a bit bigger? 'Cause he's just looking like he's not super the same like size as everyone, but he's the same size as that guy now. This guy's a bit small, although he does have like the world's biggest forearm, so there's that. Yeah. Yeah, that's not normal. Here we go. Let's just scoot him down a bit. Okay. And I think, aside from maybe bringing this guy's size up a bit, and we could bring her up just a little bit. I really like how she's just like right on the wall here. That's pretty cool, actually. Like it just fits. It works visually. And maybe just scooch it over a bit so her butt is actually on the wall, because that is the point of this. Okay, so how do we think this looks? This is the current version. This is the ChatGPT first, second, and third. I think I like mine the best. It's got color. It's got icons that actually make sense. Like, what is that? That's a step test? Yeah, so yeah, this one works. Again, though, I would, if this were like something that I was going to sell or something for a client, I would definitely want to redo these icons because they are not great. They're pretty basic, and I mean, they were just like image traced in Illustrator. So it's nothing really fancy about them, but they are consistent, and they do, show you basically how to do each exercise, and that is all I really need out of them. So for their purpose, they actually do it quite well. So I will save this again. Oh, I just did. I am like obsessed with saving. So yeah, so I think I'm done. Now, this format is actually perfect for printing, but if I wanted to add anything else to it, it would be more of like a web version rather than a print version. For example, I could take Lady here and bring her over here blow her up like that. And I don't know, make her like 30% opaque here. And then just bring her to the bottom there. Okay, maybe less than that actually, because that's still pretty visible. Maybe like 12%. So she's there. And yeah, that kind of works. It's just something a little more interesting to have on the fitness test thing, but it's not going to print out as well. And then you're going to have the issue where if you're printing it out on like a home printer, then this is going to have to print over top of the gray, and it's going to have weird margins and stuff. So for an at-home printing thing, I would absolutely not include her in there. I would just get rid of her. But for now, just like that, I kind of like how that looks. It's just like a little something extra in there. So I think that kind of works. Yeah, okay, so I guess I'm done, but I will actually just take her away. This is more of something that you can do if you want, but the whole objective of this is to make something printable. So she's going to have to hang out here for a while, just off of the actual poster. So yeah, that is the poster. What do you think? Is there anything else you think I should add? Should I add more color? The color is pretty minimal. It's very minimal, but I think it works. Are there any other things I should add? Should I take the other ones, the jump rope and the walk test, and should I could do like a second one? That would be kind of cool. Or even like a really long poster, but then I mean it would be harder to print, so that wouldn't be as helpful. But yeah, no, I think this is something that I can definitely print off and put on my wall and maybe try to get healthier with it. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys want me to do more videos like this where I take AI stuff and fix it and make it into something that's actually usable and printable and like 300 DPI and doesn't have weird issues in it, let me know and I will do more of it because it's pretty fun. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.